Good afternoon, Legends. This is Miss Green coming to you live from the Principal's Desk for this month's edition of our Lawler Ledger.
Hi, my name is Principal Ethan, and I became principal for half day. I can't wait for you to enjoy this ledger video. We'll turn it back over to Miss Green.
Can you believe that we are starting the fourth 9 weeks? School will be over in just a few weeks. So wanted to first start us off with lots of celebrations. Great things are happening here at Lawler that we want you to know about. Last month, even after the snow days, our Lawler Symphony Orchestra made it all the way down to San Antonio and did a phenomenal job performing at TMEA. I could not be more proud of the hard work that they did to get there, and also the hard work they did and all the preparation to be able to perform on the biggest stage in the state of Texas for music. So congratulations to our Lawler Symphony Orchestra and our choir students that were able to make that journey and wow the audience with their outstanding performance. Phenomenal job. All of our students also are in the throes of UIL. Our theater students went and put on a phenomenal performance as well for UIL. Our choir has gone to UIL and won superior ratings in sweepstakes. Our band is in the middle of going, and our orchestra, they are coming back doing superior ratings and sweepstakes as well. So proud of the hard work that they are putting in and taking the time to not only grow academically, but grow extracurricularly as well. Congratulations, Legends. Keep up the great work. We are also in the middle of track season and about to start soccer. So if you have not taken the time to join us at one of those games or one of those track meets, I encourage you to come out and cheer on our Legends. Our Lady Legends got into the tournament for basketball. Congratulations to them. It was right in the middle of all the TEA things too. But our Legends are not only doing well academically, but on and off the court and field as well. So take advantage of coming out and cheering them on. Our multicultural night was this Thursday, and if you missed it, you missed a treat. Thank you so much to our PTA who partnered with us to bring the great dancing and food and music, and you as our community who came out to support the fun, food, and fellowship and celebrating the diversity on our campus. It was always one of my most favorite nights on this campus, so thank you for making it special and celebrating all of the diversity that we have here at Lawler. Our student loot store was also this week. If you continue to scroll down in this ledger, you'll see some quotes from my principals who were able to be principals for the half day this week. They did a phenomenal job celebrating teachers and students. So take a moment to check out the photos and some of their quotes from their time being principal for the half day. If you're not following us on social media, you're also missing out on some of those great moments. We had some APs for the half day who ran some things earlier this semester, and some students who did lunch with the principal. All of this is possible from those experiences that are sold in our student loot store, which students get loot when we see them leading with kindness, empathizing with all, acting responsibly, and demonstrating respect. So thank you to our PTA volunteers who are instrumental in helping run that loot store twice in 9 weeks for all of our students. All right, so I wanted to give a little virtual update on our lunch procedures that have changed over the past 2 weeks. And so I listened to your feedback and our feedback from our PTA when we had our PTA meeting on last Tuesday. And we had made a small change that we didn't think would have this big of an impact. And so I will apologize for the timing of that and not being able to get in front of it and communicate with you first. That is on us. We had made a couple of small changes in our lunch procedures. And so this one, with having students come in and sit down first, we didn't think would be that big of a deal. But we listened to your feedback. I sent an email to the whole community, kind of updating you on the changes. And then as more feedback has come in, we've answered individually. I've met with PTA and told them that I would be happy to give an update here today on how things are going. As I've checked in with parents who've continued to email in, they actually don't have the same concerns that they've had before, because last week was actually the first full week that students were practicing those new procedures. And just like kids are, they're super resilient. We as adults set the expectations and add in the supports, and students will always rise. This is the second full week that those lunch procedures where students have to come in and have a seat are in place. And every student is in line, have their lunch within 7 minutes of lunch actually starting. Lunch is 30 minutes, and every student is seated with their lunch within those first 7 minutes of lunch starting. It is a myth that students have to wait until their whole table has their food. We're not at a fine dining restaurant with white linen tablecloths. So their students do not have to wait on other students to have their lunch before they can start eating. If they bring their lunch from home, they come in, they sit, they can start immediately. We put this in place to help with just kind of all of the hustle and bustle that happens during lunch. If you take a look at this picture, these are our wagon baskets that we pull in, and there's over 60 plus lunches that parents are dropping off. And so if you've ever thrown a birthday party and you have kids kind of in line for the cake or in line for pizza, or you should, they don't all rush the table all at once. And that's kind of what was happening with our lunch drop-offs, with students getting their lunch out of the buckets and the lunch line, just creating a bunch of chaos. And if that happens at a birthday party with just 10 to 12 students, imagine what it looks like for us on a daily basis with over 60 plus students getting lunch out of the bin and getting in line. So the safest way to help with everybody is to have everybody sit, call each row at a time, not each table, each row, or one or two rows to get in line or to get their lunch from the bucket. It's been working successfully. It took a couple of days for students to adjust, but they all are doing well. We actually have microwaves, as I said in my email, on our campus, so students are able to get in line. There's not a mad rush to the microwaves like it was before, or lines that are stretched so long, because there's order in the 300 kids that are in there for lunch. We actually are working with PTA. I've talked to them about getting another microwave or two. We already have 3, so that would up us to either 4 or 5. So we're working on that as another solution to help kiddos. But if you want to go ahead and help your kiddo kind of eat lunch immediately, is have them bring lunch from home. We don't have to have the buckets so overfull and crowding for kiddos to pick up their lunch. So if you want to help with that, they can bring lunch from home. We already have the microwaves there. Students have plenty of time to eat. As I said, all of them are seated and eating within 7 minutes of lunch actually starting. So wanted to make sure that you had an update from that. And another myth that came up was that students have to be silent when they come in and sit. Other campuses do that because they do announcements at the start of lunch. We do not do that. We have students come in with a voice level 1 or 2. That means they're not yelling across the cafeteria or shouting at one another, but that also means that they don't have to be at a voice level 0, which is silent. They're able to socialize in those first minutes while they are waiting to be called into line or to the bucket to get their food. So it is working well. Our kids are resilient, more resilient sometimes than us as adults. They're doing fine. I will encourage you to talk with your kiddo. If they are still struggling with not eating their full lunch, you can get to us, email us, and we can create an individual plan for your kiddo. And I can guarantee you that's probably going to mean they're socializing a little too much if they're not having time to fully eat their lunch, because there's plenty of time in those 30 minutes for them to do so. So wanted to give you that update. Again, if it's still not working for your kiddo, reach out to us. I've only heard positive feedback as this week has happened after that first initial onset. So as we continue to create efficiency in our systems and align with our high school and our other middle school campuses, we will be sure to send you those updates ahead of time so that you as parents can prepare and help your kiddo be successful even in minor or major shifts with our lunch. So with all of that, I hope you have an amazing spring break, that you take some time to unplug, be with family and friends, and as always, be legendary.